Hi folks, I just recently applied to be a bee friendly garden, which is a good, you have to answer certain questions, what plants you have and water sources for the bees, birds, etc. But I think this garden well and truly is approved. And then of course we already were approved for Land for Wildlife, but we have just we've just moved the sign, cleaned the sign up, moved it and put them outside our gate. This is our first 50 of tube stock Australian native plants in these little tubes, which are recommended. It gives them the long roots, but is ideal for the natives, and they say if you get any larger you have no advantage, as these little tube stock will overtake the larger pots. So we have 50, first batches of 50. We've got there's some eucalypts, bottle brushes, banksias, oh gosh, I don't know, lots of little things. We went to this guy who does these, so they're not labelled or anything, so but we will plant them. But I will have to get some tree guards for them before I put them in the ground, but at least it's a start. Just as I'm passing down the driveway, I see one of the hydrangeas is coming into flower. So that looks as if it's going to be lovely when it's in full bloom. And of course we've got the agapanthus beside it. And there's quite a few of those in this big bush here. But of course this one, the bees and butterflies will love it. I've just popped round to the rear of the house where that huge tree stump has recently been removed, and we did a lot of work tidying this one place up. This was totally wrecked, so we've ended up putting chip along the path, and I'm just walking up. This is where the big tree stump was, but I've transplanted some of the native grasses down here, and you can still see the big pile of branches. Lots of destitution over there. That was the huge tree was across, but we'll get there in the end. And this is where we've just put some of the old logs up as a little bank, and I've planted some aloe vera here. This gets quite a lot of sun. There was grasses here already, these plants, strappy plants, and I've put in a couple of cuttings of geraniums which were here already, but I've just moved them, took little cuttings. They don't look very good at the moment, but they have been watered this morning, and they were taken from this geranium, so they should be all right. As I said, it doesn't look much now, but it was in a terrible state. And of course this whole path here was torn up because of the roots of the tree stump when it over, and this sprinkler was just lying flat on the ground with all the piping exposed. So we put that back and put the stones back around there, and and as I said, this doesn't look very much, but I already had planted my mutabilis, the 3 of them, but I've neglected them due to the big tree over. I did discover this little rose. Of course I don't know what it is, but that was buried under all the debris, and that's another of mine. This is an agapanthus. Of course this is salvia, is it ruby lips? Can't remember, it's one of those ones. And I just put some grasses around here and some salvias that I found and across in the other area, which were being totally smothered, so I took a few cuttings. There's a few foxgloves that I had planted. And of course always the water for the birds. There's another one, this agapanthus I moved. These are massive agapanthus here, going well. And this of course is one of the large citrus trees. As I said, it doesn't look much at the moment, but from what it was at the end of last week, it's landscaped. And we didn't think we'd be able to clean this place up, but we did it. So we are very pleased with how that turned out, because we really didn't think we'd get it back. But when the things grow where I've just planted the back there, it should be all right. And that's where I took out the grasses from here. I took a few of these clumps, split them and put them down the other end. So quite happy with the way this has turned out. So another tiny bit sorted. At least it's not totally destroyed, and we'll just see how we go and just maintain it, and hopefully we can keep up with it. There's a lot of work. Oh, and I'll just show over here on the other side, a citrus tree. I think it's an orange. I don't think it's a lemon. Might even be a grapefruit. But anyway, there you go. Just very happy the way we've managed to just turn around this area. And looks a bit respectable now.